Everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. How you
What's
doing?
up? I'm all right.
I like doing this because lately, even though Shiranui is just devastating the power rankings, for some reason, all these other little guys are sneaking in. While
They're
Shiranui's just
flourishing.
lopping heads off.
Yeah.
They're running in here. We can win, and they are winning. I'm actually kind of surprised. They're not just getting top eights; they're actually winning this week. So that's good. I like seeing that. So if you guys are new to the series, what we do here is we track tournaments throughout the week and we see how the decks finish in them, and then we assign them points based on how they finish. So if a deck gets a first place finish, it's going to get 6 points. A second place finish is 4 points. A top 4 is 2 points, and a top 8 is a single point. All right. Now the tournaments that we track all have to have the same kind of format so that we can compare and contrast. So we require them to have rounds of Swiss into a top cut, and then they can have a 7-card side deck where they can side in a skill if they want to. So the tournaments this week that met those requirements were the Battle Phase series, including the new Battle Phase Rising Sun.
Thursday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern time now.
Yep. And the Giraffe bi-weekly. So, and if you guys aren't playing in the Giraffe bi-weekly, you should. It's $100. It's $100 tournament.
God.
Yeah.
$100 every 2 weeks. What are we doing? What the
I
heck?
know, right? That's crazy. $100. So there you go.
Jesus.
All right. Let's put all that to the side. And the top 13 decks. Look at this.
What the heck? What's going on over there?
Look at those points. Isn't that crazy? We got 4 decks at 6 points. There was a statistical tie between 2 of them, so that's why you see a tie there. But then 4th and 5th place, there was tiebreakers. So, all right, here we go. In first place, what's it going to be?
Statistical tie.
Magnets. There you go. Magnets, Spellbooks, Triamids. Spellbooks and Triamids both won a tournament, so that's how they got their 6 points. Whereas Cyber Dragons and Dragoonides, their 6 points are a mix of top 8s, top 4s, so we'll see that when we look at them. So that's why you see Spellbooks and Triamids, they both won a tournament, 6 points, so that makes it a tie.
So Magnets, the king of the Rogue Deck Roundup on the week.
And 9 points is really good.
9 points that's better than some meta decks. Honestly.
I know. Let's check it out, though. Look at this. Magnets, here you go. I mean,
yeah, so they got their 9 points from a win on the week and then a top 4 and a top 8 placement. That is where we usually see Magnets placing top 4, top 8, top 16, around there. Urbel, a TPC member, coming in, getting a win with Magnets, showing them how it's done, and his Magnet list looks very tight and very consistent. 3 of everything, only playing Powerful Rebirth as a way to see Magnets again after playing them. Some other people opt for the Super Team Buddy Force, but this is how he's playing the deck. Something to note, his side deck is very, very good at dismantling meta decks like Crystron's and Shiranui and Magician Girls. It gives him very good matchups against all of those decks. 3 DD Crow. That card is so versatile, being able to be discarded from the hand. So, very good.
Why are Magnets, they seem like another fan favorite, and I've never really understood why.
They're just Yugi's cards, man.
Yeah,
a lot of people
I guess.
know
Is
them,
that why?
Okay. Yeah.
Because it just seems like I've been playing the game since it came out, and anytime there's been any kind of Magnet support, people are just so excited.
They were one of the first popular anime decks, I want to say, that were actually good in Duel Links.
All right, because as far back as I can remember, people have been trying to make this deck work.
Yeah,
we need to have Magnets in the meta. But a top 8 conversion rate of 17% is pretty good.
Very good.
Actually, it's bad for a rogue deck. Usually rogue decks are like 50%, 75%.
That's true. But the thing is, a lot of people are playing this. A lot of people are seeing the faith in Magnets, probably because of the new wave of Xyz monsters we've got in the game. Stone of Silver Mountain is very good with Magnets. Wind Up Zen Mains is very good with Magnets. Stalling until you can see your Berserkion. And yeah, just all of the Xyz monsters, all of them are just a plus. The Magnets themselves only serve to fuel your boss monster strategy, but all of the Xyz monsters, they're just oh yeah, now I get to do this and do the Magnet stuff. And you just discard the Magnets, you just detach them, You could bring them back with Powerful Rebirth or the Field Spell.
And I think it's kind of a small picture, but that's the Maystroke or Maystroke in there too, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very good as well at defending your life points by just sending a magnet to the grave that you can bring back later.
Nice. All right,
Mm-hmm.
well, Magnet Mania. That's what we're in the middle of right now. Magnet Mania. All right, moving on to the next one. This is Kamel, one of Kamel's favorites. He definitely got excited about it in the power rankings video. I hope you saw that. But
Mm-hmm.
spell books from the battle phase of the Rising Sun.
Yeah, so I talked about this in depth in the Power Rankings video, so go check that out. But basically, everything about spellbooks right now, it's working a lot better than it was in its heyday back when it was the most popular, utilizing the Silent Magician. And I think the new way to play it is a lot better. Spellbooks is much better as a proactive deck rather than a reactive one.
Right.
Fate is just such an oppressive card. Non-targeting banishing is the most powerful removal in the entire game, and
Yeah, it's nice.
spellbooks have access to it anytime they want.
Well, what's funny is when this deck first came out, everybody's like, spell books. I call it slow books. Ha ha ha. But it's just like an average deck now. Like its plays are just like any other deck.
Yeah, so if you have these cards, if you win it on the box with High Priestess, you're gonna need a lot to play this deck. So you have to really like spellbooks. Level 40.
You got to go into the old box, right? And then
the old spellbook box. Level 40 Carly Carmine, High Priestess. You're gonna need 3. So yeah.
And the High Priestess, that's in a main, right?
That's in the main box. That's 3 in the main. I want to say it's the
Witchcrafter
one.
Yeah,
if you have Witchcrafters, hey, might have it.
Yeah, it's a fun deck to watch when you have someone that knows what they're doing, because they start looping cards, and then it's like you said, it's a lot more aggressive than it used to be. Old spell books or slow books, if you want to call it that, yeah, it was really reactive. They get the blue boy out, they get their fate set, and then it's like, oh, I got to summon into this. And at that time, there wasn't really a way to special summon monsters and stuff, so it was just so oppressive. But now, I mean, it's not so bad. You can actually play into it, but so it's a fair deck to play against. And that's why you're seeing on rogue decks and not tier 1 with Shiranui over in the power rankings. All right, moving on. This is one that people, I'm sure, are unhappy that we did not cover in power rankings. So we'll cover it here. Is Triamids. Also, it won the draft bi-weekly. So this guy won $100. Savak.
Whoa.
With Triamids.
You guys gotta get in there. He went with Triamids, so you guys better get in there.
He used that $100 to get those 2 Canadians you see in there.
Oh gosh, definitely. So yeah, Triamids. I don't know. You talk about it a little bit, Circus. It's at a 0% conversion rate. What happened?
Draft bi-weekly because they didn't report their results. You got to report your overall deck representation and your top 32 deck representation. Otherwise, I can't get any accurate numbers. So. It did. Triamids did get played in other tournaments, but its top 8 finish was in the draft bi-weekly. So we could say it's got one top 8, which would give it a 25% top 8 conversion rate. But how many more were played in that tournament, which would change the conversion rate? You know what I mean? So we can't. I gotta have those numbers. I'm looking at you, the staff. Mood Trapper.
It's him.
Get in there. Get those numbers reported, buddy. Looking at you.
All right, so
it's roughly 25% the top 8.
So what's up with Triamid, Circus? What's up?
I think it's just the Sphinx, right? And then if you get rolling, you get that balance hand going right away, and you can get set up into your King Golem, and you got a couple monsters on the field after turn 1. What are you gonna do? You know, you don't even have to have the King Golem turn 1. You just have to have like one. If you can get 2 monsters on the board, a couple back row, and a field spell. You know, in your opening hand, you get was it the Hunter? Maybe you bring out the Dancer, you bring out the Master. You use your field spell, and then let's say you got one. You're gonna have one trap. Maybe that Tretch, maybe that Canadia. You can start rolling, man.
Yeah, Trimids make use of the Sphinx a lot easier than I thought they would be able to, and it is definitely an asset to the deck since it's been added. Only one is needed though, since you can search it by use of your field spells.
Right, and anytime when your Trimids die, bam. And right on the field. It can just be really oppressive, and if your opponent doesn't know how to play against it, you know, it can be tough because you can sit there and just recycle your field spells, you know, and then like you have protection with which is the pyramid one, the fortress, right? You can protect your monsters with that. You can attack in under the protection of King Golem. I mean, there's just so many good things about the deck, but it's very slow. That's the only problem. You need 1 to 2 turns to get this thing set up,
Yeah,
which can just
bro.
be devastating in today's meta. So I was kind of surprised that they won.
I wonder what they beat. Hmm.
The world we
Yeah.
never know. I'm sure you could look it up in the spreadsheet.
They beat Control Shiranui.
Did
They
they?
beat Control Shiranui. They beat Control Shiranui. That's crazy.
There you go. Oh yeah, yeah. That was the
They
deck
beat
we showed in power rankings. Yep.
they beat 2 Control Shiranui decks in a row in top 4 and in the finals.
So they must have got set up. I bet an early Tretch, maybe. Oh no,
That's
he's
crazy.
got what's that one next to Canadian? The Trions Migration Prophecy. So he's probably
Yeah.
shuffling stuff back into the deck on
Yep.
him.
He's
That's what,
main decking that card as well,
yeah.
shuffling their stuff back in. Yeah.
You get that
Again,
tuner in there, you send it back to the deck.
disrupting the graveyard is very,
Yeah.
very powerful in today's meta.
Yeah. All right. Now the next one I think people are gonna be excited about because I think a lot of people have it because it was a very popular deck for a while and it got nerfed. But it's back a little bit. And I'm gonna say this is the rogue deck on the rise right here. All right. And that is Cyber Dragons.
Cyber Dragons.
Look at those finishes, man. Before it was like 0
Yeah.
for a very long time.
People are fans of Cyber Dragons. They want to hold on.
Yep.
And I really want to know what. Wow, Storm being played. A lot more
Yep.
Storm and 2 cybernetic fusion support, something we usually only see one of. But I guess the card is needed a lot more right now, right? That Cyber Style is
Yep.
nerfed. You have to lose 2,000 life points to activate it. So cybernetic fusion support is a lot better of a card, you know?
Yep.
Only playing 2 Cosmic Cyclone and 1 Herald of the Abyss. All 3 of them great cards to reduce your life points. And Fusion Gate is a lot more of a card now than it was before.
Definitely,
It is very powerful and is very integral to the deck's success. You pretty much always want to see Fusion Gate. And if you don't see it, you're going to be at a disadvantage because you're going to need to search a fusion spell instead of a trap to fusion, which you optimally don't want to do.
Think about being a Cyber Dragon player and you're just so hard up to get this deck to work that you're like, you know what? I think going into Ultimate Rising is a good idea.
Oh gosh, and getting Storm.
No, Storm's the free one. Fusion Gate.
Fusion Gate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Storm's just like a reward or whatever, a ticket or whatever. So that one's easy to get.
Such a vulnerable card like Fusion Gate, and
Right.
Cyber Dragons are still making use of it to their ability to top 4 in tournaments. So
Now, how hardcore are these Cyber Dragon players? Are they resetting as soon as they get the Fusion Gate, or are they going in deep and getting that Sphere Karibo?
they're resetting on Fusion Gate.
I hope they're getting that Karibo, man. I hope they're getting that Karibo.
On Fusion Gate, baby. That's all they care.
Oh, that's terrible. I'd rather have the Sphere Karibo long term, you know? That's me. All right. Cyber Dragon players, I'm going to say deck on the rise. We've been seeing it a lot more lately, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. All right. The next one is a deck we don't even really have to talk about. It is what it is, but get it out of here. Drake Unity. Yeah.
Drake Unity.
Now, this guy, James Dream Giver, never heard of him. I'm guessing it's Lord of Scrubs or Night Fox under another name because they're both too embarrassed to play this deck anymore. But
this deck is looking very strange. I don't even know what the heck I'm looking at.
Yeah, this is definitely an unorthodox build.
In God's name.
But he finished about where Drake Unities usually finish. Second place.
Yeah, he just suffered the Drake Unity curse.
Yeah.
And that was it.
They will never win a tournament. And I will wear a hat if I have to on that one. I don't mind saying it happens every time. They clap all the way up to the finals and then they just shit the bed every time. Every single time. They're like 0-8 in the finals right now.
This deck is looking very strange. Only 2 Drake Unity Koos, Wink Oribo,
Floodgate, Wall of D.
Unity Phalanx. No one plays that. 1 Cards of Consonance.
Maybe this guy's free to play. So
maybe.
That tells you right there. This guy's free to play. He makes it to the finals. Lord of Scrubs, he's trying his damnedest He's what's that?
Yeah, I think this guy's free to play.
Oh yeah,
I
but
think
Lord of
he's
Scrubs trying his
free to play.
damnedest gets the same point as a free to play player playing the same deck. So there you go. Conversion rate of 18%, I guess, is pretty good. But I mean, overall rep is 11. So let's be honest.
He did good.
This is getting to be more embarrassing than Stromberg, I think. At least Stromberg could win a few. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dragoonity gang, gotta let it go. You got people knocking on that secret Dragoonity Discord that has 4 people in it. Your landlord, pay the rent. Pay the rent. I'll get you next week. I promise. I'm gonna win a tournament. You better. You owe me money. You know.
Oh man.
Dragoonity. All right. Let's do at a glance real quick here. Overall representation being dominated by Cyber Dragon, so that's why I think they're gonna do well into the future because I think a lot of people still have the deck, and I think if for some reason there's something in the meta that's changed where they can get in there now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, look at the water deck though. I was pretty happy with that. Let's see if
Yeah,
that
what are the
continues.
12 representation? Nice. I hope to see people play it, and I hope we get some support for it down the line. But Magnets, second place, a lot of people playing that as well. Magnets are all in one mini box, and the rest of the cards are level up rewards. So get in there.
And like we said in the power rankings, invoked heroes. That's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yep.
I don't know why.
But Arrow Mages, 3 representation.
3.
I think it's all the same guy, and he got a top 8 finally.
You guys got to try to find him. Ask him his secrets.
Yep. All right. Conversion rates. This is always pretty funny because they're rogue decks and only a few people playing. But Fortune Fairies dominated at
50%. Yeah, they got to the top 8 in Battle Phase Rising Sun.
Hang on. Let's look at the overall representation. Fortune Fairies 2.
2.
So one guy got through. 50%. That's why we have rules on the power rankings that you have to get played at least 20 times. Otherwise, look how off this is. You would think Fortune Fairies is the best deck around. But hey, in rogue decks, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
But Magnet's a deck with 17%. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the top
like realistic numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, top 8 finishes. Everybody gets 1, basically.
Yep.
Everybody gets 1. And then most victories, everybody gets 1. Magnets, Spellbooks, and Triumphs. So even though we're saying that Shiranui is almost top tier 0, I guess it's almost a false statement just because if it was truly tier 0, no one else would be winning. Because do you remember Dark Lords?
Yeah,
I mean, other decks did win tournaments once in a while.
But it was bad, dude. Yeah. Like, we were getting on every Monday, and it was like, oh, another Dark Lord mirror match in the finals.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. Like, you had to play Dark Lords, whereas Shiranui can be beat. It's just very hard. It's difficult.
Right.
So. All right, we're going to get out of here, but what you should do is you should get in our Discord because we have a great new player channel where you can get help on how to play awesome rogue decks like this. These are always fun to watch in tournaments. We're always looking for them when we're casting, so you can get help for that. We also do a new player stream every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern because Kamel loves to be there every Saturday. We did do one this past Saturday because our boy Mythyard has been streaming almost 48 hours now during the KC Cup. Except man is an animal. And then what else? Oh, Damage Step, right? We got Damage Step coming up.
Coming back in 2 weeks. You may not want to play any of these decks in Damage Step, but bring your best if you're interested. It's a $5 entry fee tournament for the best of the best. So if you want to clap people, get in there. It's going to be a huge prize.
We're going to have to add an asterisk every time I say all of our tournaments are free to play. Asterisk. Except Damage Step. Damage Step.
All battle phase events are free to play.
There you go. All battle phase events. Yeah, we do 30 tournaments a month. 29 are free to play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's everything. We're going to get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out.
All right, guys. See ya.